Whoa. Y'all almost called me. What's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. You know how we do before we get started. We always, and I mean every doggone day, gotta give a shout out to the beautiful ladies of the CU1T. So if you see a CU1T in your chat or in your comment section or in mine, make sure you give them a holler and say what's up. Cause CU1Ts are always showing love and showing support. You know what I'm saying? Big ass shout out to the CU1T. All I know is Kevin Stefanski got fired. Shedeur is still the main topic in Cleveland, besides which coach is going to be the best one to run this offense and put Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns in the best place to win. But we're going to talk about it. Y'all ready to let go? Now, being that Kevin Stefanski is out of here and now is the head coach at the Cleveland Browns, I mean, the Atlanta Falcons. Them people in Atlanta, boy, they are not okay with that. I'm just saying. They ain't okay with Kevin Stefanski right now. The culture saw what he did to Shedeur, and I don't know why they made that hire and thought that he would be loved and appreciated in the great city of Atlanta, Georgia, with all them black people, the way he treated Shadour this season. And y'all thought he was going to be welcomed with open arms. Then you got Dan Orich, the father of the son who made the prank call to Shadour, still gonna be the DC. Boy, them people gonna start putting two to two together down there, and it might be an uprising. All I know is I'm just here to watch it. I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna keep y'all abreast of what's going on in Atlanta and in Cleveland. But right now, we talking Shedeur. We talking about the competition that's going to take place probably between him and Deshaun Watson in this upcoming season. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remind me. I got to get me a new intro done. I need some more flavor with that thing. But Shedeur and Deshaun Watson should be the only two competing for this starting spot this season. I don't think they get rid of Dillon Gabriel. I don't really think he goes anywhere. He should remain on the team. Hell, you invested a third-round pick in him. Why would you release him? Why would you let him go? Why would you do anything with Dillon Gabriel besides try to manifest him and make him better in case and anything happens in one freaking day, he might have to jump into the game. All I'm saying. But radio hosts in Cleveland are still trying to figure out who should be your starting quarterback. It's obvious that Shadour should be the starter, but you can't forget about Deshaun Watson, who has been on this roster for some time and is owed a hell of a lot of money. Now that he's back from his two torn Achilles, how should next season open up? This coaching hire is going to be a really, really, really big deal. Depending on who you hire, that's going to depend on your starting quarterback. Only thing we know is it can't be Jim Schwartz. You got to go anywhere but Jim Schwartz. But let's see what they talking about. Darryl Ryder and Lance Reason was on 92.3 The Fan this weekend talking about Shadour.
He had some things that has me curious and wanting to give him an opportunity, but I'm not ready to hand the car keys over to him and allow him to dictate what head coach gets hired next either. Like, that's just got to be an organizational decision that they're going to have to figure out, right? It's being asked in the interviews, hey, What do you think of Shedeur's game? Do you think there's something there? Is he a guy that we build around? Is he a guy that we just kind of dip the toes in the water and give him a chance to compete, right? I mean, because, you have to be aligned in that. The four-man quarterback competition, you saw that. I mean, Shadour was throwing to the freaking ball boys in practice. Like, what are we doing here? And so this year they can't do that. Like, they need to have a plan. Whatever the plan is, whether I agree with it or you agree with it, Lance.
There is one. There is one, right? That's what they have to have. Whether we like it or not, you're right. There has to be one, right? That's what they don't have.
I don't think last year I don't think that was a plan.
There wasn't a plan. That was Kevin Stefanski mucking up the situation, making everything worse. That was Kevin Stefanski not paying attention to what was going on because he had drafted Dylan Gabriel, and that's all he cared about. I drafted Dylan Gabriel, and we gonna play Dylan Gabriel regardless of anything else. We drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, and Dylan Gabriel is our quarterback, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that shouldn't be the case. That can't be the case. It can't be the way you think about it. And that's the way what Atlanta hasn't figured out, or I don't think they've been educated upon, is that Stefanski and little Kirk Cousins, they go way back. How far back? Way, way back. Stefanski was with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota as his quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. Put Michael Penix in a bind, don't it? Yeah. I ain't mean to slide that one in there. My bad, ATL. I ain't trying to hit y'all with the big one yet. But y'all, I got a video for y'all coming up next. Don't worry about it. ATL, I got you covered. We got y'all covered. You know what I'm saying? But with Shadour and 4, with 12 and 4, with Watson and Sanders, there may be a legitimate quarterback competition only because they owe Deshaun Watson so much money. And in some point, in some kind of way, they have to try to get an ROI on that investment. That was a hell of an investment, $230 million guaranteed, and he has yet to produce or play a significant amount of games. Because you got to remember, the first season he got on the field, he was suspended for the first 11 games. He played the rest of that season out, comes back the next season, plays 5 games, and gets hurt, and isn't to be seen from again for the next year and a half until now. So they haven't been able to recoup any of that money that they've been paying Deshaun Watson these last 3 years. And I ain't mad at Deshaun. Deshaun is eating very, 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 very well. But
I think he absolutely, unless a new coach comes in, and this will be part of the interview process, and he says, I can't win with that guy. But what I saw out of Shadour was not that.
Yeah.
Shadour, as much as I've poked the bear with the fan club, Shadour to me has not been the problem behind the scenes that, that this image that it was going to be a circus every day. And I know he had the mime thing, and he did have the one staged.
He does have a
staged question with the film crew that held up a press conference after a game, which was a little bizarre. So
let's correct all that bullshit. And I'm gonna call it what it is, because that was bullshit. He had no stage questions that held up the film crew. They had a black man in the doggone room and asked a question. The question wasn't staged. He just asked the question. Y'all assumed that it was staged because it was a black man who got to ask the first question. Just stop hating, because he asked the question about Shedeur and JSU, then Colorado, and the NFL. See, that Jackson State question threw them off because they are, why are you asking about this black historical college? They ain't got nothing to do with the NFL. But you didn't worry about the questions when he asked about Colorado. He asked about all three. But they were stuck on the HBCU part of the question. But enough of these hating ass.
With all that said, I do not think it would be the distraction I might have thought it would for them to have a competition, or had we have been talking about drafting a quarterback, which I no longer think that is on the table given the set of circumstances and where they are in the draft. So I think he comes off remarkably likable. He was way more poised at times than I thought, handling the hits that he was taking.
That man said he comes off remarkably likable. Like, only people didn't like him was y'all when he got here. That's why you think his fan base is so big. You think people don't like people? That many people with that big of a fan base, you think he's unlikable? No, the only people that didn't like him was the Cleveland media when he got to Cleveland. And these two haters that still don't like it.
Standing tall in the pocket at times and delivering the football down the field.
And handling the trap questions.
I have to say, handling all that was thrown at him this year, the numbers were terrible. You can't dispute. There's no statistics that show that he's some sure thing and he's going to be a different player. But he'll have an offseason to work. He knows where his weaknesses are. He doesn't have a coaching staff right now that he can work with, but he's got his mechanics seem to improve. But there are a lot of bad numbers for Shedeur. There's no doubt. I think he's just got to compete. And the question is, who are you bringing in to compete? Because I do not think it can be Dillon Gabriel and Deshaun Watson.
No.
Now see, that right there within itself was idiotic. Why would you bring in another quarterback? That's stupid. I get it. They don't like Deshaun Watson here. We know Dillon Gabriel holds no candle to Shadour. But to say that it can't be Deshaun Watson and you should pay another quarterback to come in here and compete with Shadour and Deshaun, it's stupid. It's asinine. It's dumb as hell. Why would you waste money on another quarterback when you got so many things that you have to improve on this team? That's what I'm talking about. People say stupid stuff all the time and don't know what they're talking about. They just make stupid suggestions. That's a suggestion that shouldn't be made. Bringing in another quarterback when you got two competent quarterbacks right here. Now that Kevin Stefanski gone, you're getting a new offensive coordinator. You probably getting a new defensive coordinator because Jim Schwartz might not be the guy. I don't know why y'all content on holding on to Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is not the end-all be-all of defense. Yes, he's good, but his run defense is ass. As you got people running up and down the field, and they got freaking Mack holes, truck holes in the line like I can run my truck through. So what are you talking about? But y'all know what to do, man. Y'all let me know. Let me know what you think. I know it has to be a legitimate competition between Shedeur and Deshaun. That's going to happen. It's going to have to happen because Deshaun is owed too much money not to let him compete if he's healthy. Unless the head coach comes in and says, don't worry about Deshaun, you're going to be the backup Shedeur. We're going with you. We're going to get you together. And that's going to be the end of it. Other than that, it's got to be a two-man race. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notification bell on. Hit that little star down there at the bottom. Hype your boy up. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all know what time it is. I'm out of here. Peace out.